Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is 3.4.
What's going on, world? How are you? Welcome back to Channel 3.4, and this is a tier talk. This is our top 20, our top 20 rap albums of 2024. I have already ruled out some of these because there's a bunch of projects here. So you'll see there's going to be a row here for didn't like. This is stuff I listened to, and it's not in the top 20. It just isn't. So, get the spoilers out of there. I was going to do a top 10, and then with some honorable mentions, I just figured why not do a top 20 here. And then there's a whole list of didn't listen yet, which is just albums I have not heard. I haven't heard Cordays, there's some West Side Gun, there's some Akami, there's some... Actually, I did hear this Kid Cudi album. I didn't like that much, but Little Mabu did not listen to. Smino I did not listen to. I do want to check it out. Some of these I definitely want to get into. Give them a listen. There's just stuff I haven't heard yet. There's only so much time in a day, in a year, and I listen to a lot of books and podcasts and music. So I got a lot to catch up on from last year, but I'm gonna try to be a little bit more caught up with the 2025 one. So let's get right into it. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. I need you. Yeah, you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And let's start ranking these 2024 rap albums. Let's just make sure I got 20 down the bottom here. All right, we got our 20. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to work my way up, like the 20th album up to 1. So this will go in order from like right to left, right? It'll be like 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. You know, you'll get it. You'll get it as we go. Number 20 rap album for me will be the Lyrical Lemonade album. Decent compilation of music. Really didn't stay in rotation much for me. Kind of came and went. I'm not going to do a real deep dive on a lot of these. Just provide some context. So number 20, Lyrical Lemonade's album. Number 19. Number 19, this is tough. Probably 21 Savage's album. I think he had a January release. Maybe the victim of just so much music coming out after the fact and there being a little bit of a recency bias. But just, I'm not a huge 21 Savage fan. Some of his verses go crazy. Some of them, to me, are just pointless. I really like Red Rum way more than I thought I would. So, shout out to 21 Savage for that. But for the rest of the album, okay. Good, not great. This is tough. Let's get into Ka's album at 18. If I'm saying the name right, I think. What was it? The Thief Next to Jesus? Good project. It just, I don't know. When I listened to it, I don't think I was in the right mood to listen to it, to be honest with you. So, like, it's kind of a heavy, deep, grimy rap album. Very lyrical, very, 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 like, grimy sound to it. And sometimes it wears on me. Not saying that it's bad. It just wasn't the most enjoyable listen for me. It's good. I can recognize its talent. It's the same thing as like West Side Gun and like Conway. So I'm not saying it's a bad album. Just this is ranking my top 20 favorite albums. So I'm going to go for the We Still Don't Trust You. Realistically, I think that We Don't Trust You was the catalyst for such a huge moment of the hip hop year that, and there's no song on We Don't Trust You that I like as much as like that, right? So, We Don't Trust You definitely will rank higher, but We Still Don't Trust You. Good project, top 20 album of the year, but not one of my top 10s for sure. We go Glorilla's project here. I liked this project more than some of the other female rap performances this year. Not all of them, but more than most. There were some records with depth. She seems very authentic, very sincere. There's something very believable about her and her energy. So yeah, I don't know. Sometimes some of her records just, they're just, I guess, like guilty pleasures or whatever. But that yeah, glow, that shit went crazy. And that like it's just I don't know. She's got a couple records that have definitely stuck out this year for me. So what is this? 2019, 18, 17, number 16, Glorilla. Here's next. I'm gonna go LL Cool J's album. Number 15. Impressive effort. And there's actually another album that's ranked in this for a similar area for similar reasons. The longevity, the performance, everything. I thought it was pretty good. It was I was pleasantly surprised by the output on the LL Cool J album. And we're going to go Lupe Fiasco's Samurai. Interesting concept for an album. Cake is a record I really like a lot. There's a couple songs on that album that are pretty good. Lost the plot a little bit to me though. Like, didn't feel like for it being a conceptual album about, oddly enough, Amy Winehouse being a battle rapper, which was based on some voicemail that she left. Cool idea. Great concept. Couple records really nailed the concept for me, but then some of them, I guess, kind of just felt a little. I think for Lupe Fiasco, as great and gifted as a writer as he is, I feel like he could have really done something with this project. I feel like he kind of, I don't know, just left it kind of vague. I don't know, just not as sharply executed as I would have expected from Lupe. So I can't exactly quite put my finger on it, but something just didn't quite click the way that I thought it would. Understanding what the concept was and going into the album kind of lost a little bit of sting for me there, I guess. Next we're going to go JPEG Mafia. I did get around to listening to that project since my 2024 recap video. I did listen to it. I liked it. It's good. It definitely makes not only the top 20, but top 13 albums for me. It's a good project. Good project. So, I don't even know if I finished listing off what was down here too. And the did not like albums, it was Ice Spices, Y2K, Vultures and Vultures 2. There's Beg Forgiveness on Vultures 1. One of my favorite songs of the year, but album-wise, not great. Meg Thee Stallion, Gunna, Ian, Future's mixtape, and Kid Cudi. Yeah, not a big fan of those projects when I listened to them, so those ones were ruled out early. All right, number 12, we're going to go Rhapsody. I'm going to go Rhapsody here. Great project. Yeah, great project out of Rhapsody. Liked it a lot. She's just, one of those that allows her talent to speak for her, doesn't lean into the idea that sex has to make things sell or whatever, and just very well rooted in herself and her rapping ability, and uses her craft to articulate herself very well on some very, very good records on that album. And then similar to the LL Cool J rating was Snoop Dogg's Missionary, circling back from the Doggy Style album. Him and Dre back together doing Missionary. Great project. It was like borderline top 10 for me. Yeah, it almost cracked the top 10. The production is great. Snoop Dogg was refreshing on this. I couldn't believe like his performance was so good. It was very, very good on that. So yeah, that's my 11 through 20. Count our way down here. A Lyrical Lemonade's album, 21 Savage's, Kaz album, We Still Don't Trust You, Glorilla, LL Cool J, Lupe Fiasco, JPEG Mafia, Rhapsody, Snoop Dogg. Their outputs this year cracked the top 20 albums of the year for me. Now let's get into 6 through 10. So we're going to do number 10 here. Number 10 for me is We Don't Trust You. I don't think the album is all that great, but there's a few records on there that really, really stand out to me. And like I said, its importance based on what came to follow, including We Still Don't Trust You. Incredible project. when it comes to that. As far as influence, or not even influence, impact. Very big there. Number 9, I'm gonna go Eminem's "The Death of Slim Shady." I thought it was creative. I thought it was well written. I thought it was well thought out. It's definitely an album for its fans. It's not one that I think that the casual Eminem fan is gonna care about at all. But I think it was an interesting ode and homage to Slim Shady, and also a presentation on why you probably really don't want Slim Shady back. But I liked it. There's a couple records on there. Fuel is great. Somebody Save Me. The song about Haley, I forget the name of it now, with Skylar Grey. Yeah, there's a few songs on that album that are actually really, really, really good songs. Fuel, the rapping performance on Fuel is just unbelievable. So, yeah, a couple records there. It's good, conceptual, I think well thought out. You could say the first half might be a little cheap based on the idea that he's just being offensive or whatever, but I think there's intention there. So, yeah, number 9 for me. Number 8, I'm going to go Denzel Curry, Kings of the Mischievous South. Crazy compilation album again, similar lyrical. I mean, so many features and just the collective there. Really good records. Denzel Curry, sneaky good catalog, underrated. Taboo is like one of my favorite albums of all time. He kind of just finds a way every time he drops. He's an interesting character, but yeah, good project. I think there's more solid songs on there than any of these two. So as an Eminem fan, I might say that Eminem album's better than. I wouldn't say better. I may enjoy it more than others, but I don't know if I can land and say that I think it's better than any of these. Or any, I should say, any of what's left, I should say. Let's see. Next, I'm going to go IDK's Bravado and Intimo. I don't know what I just said there beforehand. IDK also. Great catalog, man. God damn, I like his music a lot. He just... Every album of his does something for me. He interesting, again, another interesting act. I like his energy a lot. Yeah, I think I don't have much else to say about it. It's a good project. It's a really good project. I'm going to go Schoolboy Q here to round out the second half of the top 10. Number 6, Schoolboy Q. Initially, I was not a big fan of the album. Thank God for me, fucking grew on me a lot. And there's other records on that album that did grow on me. Really solid rap performance. Yeah, Schoolboy Q at number 6. That checks out for me. Here I'm gonna go Doechii, number 5, with the Alligator Bites Never Heal. Again, I listened to it once, and it was just kind of like I let it play through. We were driving, me and Lisa were driving. I was kind of like, yeah, okay, it's okay, fine, it's different, but whatever. And then, we were running errands later, and maybe weeks or months later, and it played it again, and I was like, well, that's actually really, really different. And this is really unique and really, really something there. So, yeah, Doechii's, she's on a pretty big run right now, but, or at least attention-wise. But yeah, I think her debut album comes out this year in 2025, so we'll be on the lookout for that too, see what's going on there. Number 4 for me is Dark Times, Vince Staples. Watched his show this year on Netflix. Very, very good. And I don't know if I ever really got Vince Staples before. I've listened to some of his music, and it's kind of like, it's okay. And I finally clicked. Same thing. I had to really like listen to this album, and then like watch the show, and then I kind of like got an understanding of who he is a little bit. I think got some different perspective, and I wound up liking the album a lot more than I did for the first few days that I listened. I mean, I probably spun that album 4 or 5 times before it started to like click for me. But yeah, shout out Vince Staples, number 4 album of the year for me. Number 3 is going to be J. Cole's Might Delete Later. Underrated project, but properly rated because of the hate that of the deleting of the Kendrick disc. Right, like the Kendrick disc took all the sting out of that album, and I understand why. It maybe should have, but play Might Delete Later today. Drake Kendrick thing behind you, fuck the diss record, all that. Just play the album today. He rapped his ass off on that album. He rapped his ass off on that album. So that's number 3. And then number 2 for me, Chromacopia. And again, Tyler has been climbing my ranking as far as rappers that I find interesting, and I'm not even always a big fan of his music, but even his music lately has just fucking clicked. I like it. Which leaves Kendrick Lamar's GNX album. Absolutely dominated my like November and December, and even still, it's still in rotation today. I listened to a lot of that album often. I quote it often. It is very much a reference point in the household. A lot of the quotes on there. The energy is great. I was just saying that to Lisa the other day that, I was never like a huge Kendrick fan until I met her. And she was, Kendrick was always one of her favorite rappers. And it took me, while exercising, I was walking around, going for a walk, and I was like, I'm just going to let his albums play all the straight through. And I don't think I ever just listened to his albums from start to finish before. And that's something I do a lot now. But at the time that he was coming out, 2010, 2012, I wasn't like just letting albums play from, one to, first song to last song. And when I did, I realized the genius of him, like, the story of, and this is, over years of listening to his music now. But God, he's just such a talent. He is such a talent. He's such a good writer. And what I was just saying to her the other day is his ability to, I think we all know how he feels right now in this moment. He feels a little put off by like industry guys, but he also is kind of walking around with his chest puffed out like he doesn't fucking care. I think that at the point where he's free of needing their validation, surprised by maybe their disingenuousness. At times they thought maybe they would just say something to be cordial even, but they don't. And to be able to articulate that feeling, which is so subjective, it's such a personal, like, you have to kind of experience it to really feel it. But the way that he articulates it translates so well through the speakers that I feel like we all kind of get it. We all kind of understand what he feels. So, yeah, it's just, and that takes it's incredible talent to be able to do that, just through a speaker. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, Kendrick, unbelievable talent, great rapper. Probably spent most of the early 2010s not appreciating him as much as I should have. And then, once I met Lisa and, last decade and into this one, I've really turned my ear to him and gained a lot of perspective on his music while, letting Good Kid, Mad City play from start to finish and understanding the story. And then same with Pimp a Butterfly, and you get to the poem, right? And then with Damn, you listen to it, then you listen to it backwards. And you're like, holy fuck, this guy's just unbelievable. He just does a lot. So, and then the therapy session of Mr. Morale and the Big Step is just unbelievable talent. Great year for him. Probably one of the most dominant years in rap history. We talk about the album playing, his album doing well, the rap battle. Just, man, what a year. So 2024, really great music, really, really good projects out this year. Excited to see what's coming next in 2025. What hip-hop felt way more competitive, not just because of the battle, but, I think due to the battle, people started really feeling like they needed to show up and rap and really rap. And I think you got a lot of that this year. So you think about some of the names that dropped this year. It's crazy. You got 2 Kanye releases, 3 Future releases, an LL Cool J, a Snoop Dogg, a Dr. Dre, another JPEG. You get all of TDE. It feels like Ab Soul's album on here is not here, by the way. Ab Soul's album, Soul Burger, is not here. It's not on this list. If it was, it would be in the top 20, probably right after Rhapsodies. And we would bump Lyrical Lemonade from there. So it would be what? It'd be 13. Ab Soul's album would be 13 if it was listed here. So, Soul Burger would be 13th. Also, so don't forget that. But I mean, you got such TDE performances here between Doechii, Schoolboy Q, Ab-Soul, Kendrick. West Coast just had such a great year. Tyler, Kendrick, Snoop, a lot of great performances out there. Vince Staples, it's just a lot. So yeah, this is my top 24 list. Let me know what you would change. I'm sure some of these down here would probably crack the top 20 also. There's like the Makami album cracking there. There's probably some projects that Don Toliver's album I didn't listen to. So there might be some that would make the top 20. But I haven't heard them. This is what I heard. This is my top 20 out of the ones I've listened to. And let me know what you think. That's going to do it for me. Everyone be safe, be real. Don't forget to pursue happiness. And take a breath. Take a minute. Take your time. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. See you next year with this same list. Not same list, but I'll see you next year with another top 20. Maybe we'll do top 25 because it's 2025. So. All right. That's going to do it for me.
Thank you to Patreon and YouTube members Clay Hopkins, Mohammed Bukamza, Kylo Renz, and Trevor Party.